Our next round is called Headliners. Here's a picture of Education Secretary Michael Gove. But what does GAEC stand for?
Is it Gove attends Elf College?
Genetic abnormality explains chin.
Amazing.
Is it something cock?
Is it Michael Gove saying, gosh, actual ethnic children?
Is it in fact what the kids have done to him? Glued arse to edge of chair.
Is it adult literacy rates poor?
Gollum advises Earth children.
Is it Grindr adventure ends catastrophically?
Is it...
OK, let's just give the correct
All right,
answer,
it is,
because
in
frankly,
fact,
nothing's going to top that.
Gove announced as emergency contraceptive.
Let's have the correct answer, please.
It's going to be something about Gove announces exam change.
Very good, thank you very much.
Oh,
You guys. Yes, the answer I was looking for was Gove announces exam changes. This is the news that Education Secretary Michael Gove has announced a new English baccalaureate certificate to replace GCSEs. From 2015, students will work towards a demanding 3-hour exam at the end of a 2-year course rather than the current combination of coursework, modular exams and multiple retakes.
He's even invented an exam that thicker kids won't be able to pronounce. It's the back of what? The back of what? The back. Oh, give me a shovel, I'll go down to mine.
I think the idea is if you're academic, then you get a baccalaureate, and otherwise they teach you practical skills like how to baccalaureate.
The Tories have assured us that under this system no child will be left behind. But how can we take Tory promises that no child will be left behind seriously when their leader's David Cameron?
There's been a lot of debate over, whether grades have been devalued, and I was discussing that recently with my nephew, Professor Timmy.
So, hang on, sorry, because it's one of these things that I genuinely am always perplexed about, coming from a different country as I have, with my spices and my silks. To your nation. And there's so many great things about it, except your exams, which are mad. And not that the education, by the way, is great. I'm not saying anything against the education people get here, it's fantastic. But the exams are mad.
There are people who, when confronted with an exam paper, just go to pieces completely and forget how to count, and I think it's very unfair that they are marking the papers.
When I...
People make an awful lot about the pressure that kids are under, and I suppose they are, but speaking as an ex-teacher, that when it comes to exam time, there's far worse pressure on the teachers, because you have to spend sometimes 4 or 5 hours in those halls just walking up and down, and it's a recipe for insanity. I had no choice when I was teaching but to invent a game called Campile. It was just to see who could walk up and down the aisle the campest. We started off just sort of slightly mincing. Honestly, by the end of it, I was walking down a full aisle of children like this. And I knew it was time for me to leave teaching when I got to the end of one aisle. Genuinely, during an actual GCSE, a kid looked up at me and went...
So were you essentially voguing your way?
I'm not exaggerating. By the end of it, I was like...
The thing is, they want to make the exams harder, don't they? But surely they're hard enough already if your teacher is walking up and down, camping it up.
Oh, no, I'm still qualified, technically. We'll have to cut this bit out.
Really? Is that your safety net?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Do you think anybody, having seen you in In-Betweeners, anybody is ever going to employ?
Well, you've always got a trade.
I did a gig at the University of Central England, which is in Birmingham. That's what they're trying to hide from you. And as an opening line, I said, UCE! So called because that's a grade it takes to get in. But I had to explain it to them.
I'll tell you what, I was in an exam when I was at school. My mate, at the back of the hall, went... we were all waiting to leave. Someone at the back of the hall went... Meow. Mr Mearden, the exam invigilator, went... and then someone else went... Meow. and then from different parts of the hall, and it led to my favourite sentence I've ever heard come out of an adult's mouth, which was, all right, no one leaves until the meowing stops.
Shall I tell you another episode from my life?
Oh, wait, no, actually, no, I want, no, rather than you telling me another story from your childhood, I want to pitch this question in, right? Who else received an honour this week?
I did.
That would be you.
No, I saw
That'd
that,
be you.
yeah.
This is a photograph of you receiving an honour this week.
I was awarded it for getting rid of all the rats in Hamlet.
What were you awarded?
I was given an honorary fellowship of the University of Northampton.
Northampton? Isn't that one of those jump dump ones that used to be a swimming pool?
Isn't an honorary fellowship at the University of Northampton similar to getting, like, a VIP pass to Roxy's nightclub in Milton Keynes?
Do you know, if you pull that little cord on the right-hand side, the hat flushes on my head.
That is the campaign poster for Don't Let Your Kids Out of Your Sight.
This is news that Michael Gove has called for tougher qualifications for aspiring teachers, barring those who continuously fail basic numeracy and literacy tests from teaching. Gove has also hit out teachers on their planned walkouts over pensions, claiming they have a strong moral duty not to strike and to keep their schools open. Now, are you aware of the tests?
It's a bit rich, really, coming from Michael Gove to put literacy tests down for teachers when his whole name sounds like a grammatical error. Michael Gove... No, Michael Gave. Michael gave. Try again. Gave.
I actually trained to be a teacher for a year, and they say to you when you sign up, they say it's a very serious job, this. Don't smile before Easter. It's a sign of weakness, apparently. So I'm walking down the corridor on my first day's training, and a fat kid fell over. I'm on him like a shot. Bundle!
Surely the only real test of a teacher is to send them out to the Middle East and see if they say, I don't care who started it.
Have you seen the level of the questions, though? Have you
They're sort of like add 11 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, every year you joke about A-level tests getting it. These are the questions for the actual teachers. Here's one, for example, a genuinely off-the-test for teachers. Can you answer the following multiple-choice question that's included in the teacher training test? The children enjoyed the blank nature of the task. Is the correct word mathematical, or mathematical? That's a genuine... Whereas, obviously, the correct answer should be the children enjoyed the frankly piss-easy nature of the task.
If they are going to make it harder for teachers, they should give teachers something back. You should be allowed to knee them again.
Was that like a perk
when they run in the corridor? Slow down.
I'm beginning to wonder how you managed to last one whole year.
I used to be a teacher as well, and I found that marking was a problem. But if you wrap the child in a mattress before you hit them...
Part of the problem, really, is that teachers are quite annoying, even aside from politics. I've got a lot of friends and family that are teachers, and they're annoying people to know because they break the year up in their way, even when you don't do the same job. So they'll say, oh, I'll see you at half-term. And you go, I'm 36. I don't know when that is anymore. Could you give me a number and then the name of one of the 12 months? That's the system I like to work.
We had a teacher in school, right, and he was African, and his mode of sort of punishing you, you make you hold out your fingertips. You say, hold out your fingertips. And,
No tension in the room now, is there?
It's just an accent, get over it.
Was that your racist impersonation or his racist impersonation?
Sammy Jones!
OK.
He said, hold out your fingertips. And he would whack him with a ruler. Yeah. Yeah. He was from Newcastle. See, look! Grown-ups! They know a good African accent when they hear one. It was quite a tea. You must know that.
Enough with the accent. Once in the context of the story was fine.
Once you start doing Nigerian, you can't stop. It's almost impossible.
The next topic is education. Who wants to come in on that? Russell.
I remember school being fun. I think my favourite moment ever in life, pretty much. There was a girl in our school called Lydia. She was trying to make her calculator work. She was repeatedly knocking it against a desk. And after about an hour, our teacher went, "Lydia! How would you like it if I banged you against the desk?" It's the greatest day of school. But that was more sinister, isn't it? Like, they're now talking about teaching 5-year-olds sex education. Of course, people are very angry. It's disgusting! It's too much! Like, calm down. I'm not going to teach them technique. Right, this is how I like to do it, kids. That's right. Kids aren't going to run home, put dolls around a toy car and go, "Look, Mum, they're dogging, they're dogging." It's going to be some poor teacher trying to talk to 5-year-olds about love. Can you imagine a harder job? "Hello, children. I'm here to teach you about love." "Good luck with that, mate. I'm off to lick that tree."
Thank you very much. In other news, how have exam boards let down students this week? Poor students.
By asking questions that are unanswerable.
In what manner were they unanswerable?
They didn't have enough information in them.
The papers, there were typos or mistakes on the paper.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the sports science papers was a really tough one. It said name.
They're saying these are impossible. This is an impossible maths exam. Rubbish. You only know a maths exam is impossible when you hear a voice at the back going, "This is bullshit. I'm leaving."
Smashing into the other tables. Bang. Bang. Trying to reverse around. Bang. Bang. The best exam story ever was there were teachers giving out to us for doing because it's very boring to invigilate exams, and they had games that they devised. It was who's the ugliest student, and the two of them, one of them would walk down and stand next to who they thought was the ugliest student, and then would walk back up again, and the other would go. They would walk down to who they thought was the ugliest student, and they go. Yeah. There was we did exam once in college, and it was shared. There was a load. You know these big halls with loads of different classes are in, and one girl had just a conniption fit because it just went wrong. Just, this is awful, and she started crying at the table really loudly, and they had to get her out because it's only an hour into the 3-hour exams, and people are like, "Come on, this is tough enough as it is without this going on." So they took her outside and they put her just outside the door, right? And then every time somebody went to the toilet, you'd hear. And you knew the person's going to come back from the toilet in a minute, and you're all going, I don't hear it.
Was that because the invigilator was standing outside the door next to her going, "This one! This one!"
Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask you to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the Duke of Edinburgh.
"Oh, bloody royal visits. Have you seen the bar? Is there a bar? Oh, the bar. It's in here, is it? Oh, just through here. Splendid. Could do with the gin. What are you cooking?" Yes. I tell you what I like to eat. Swan. Love a swan. Golden eagle. I shoot some of them in Balmoral. Mind you, I tell you what you need for that is a shotgun. Yes. Yes, a bloody big one. I say... Do you, can I just say, you really do have a terrific pair of norks. They are. My goodness. Yes. Good. I'm sorry to mention them again. But they are magnificent. Are they your own, or... What's this? Oh, Tekken, is it? Oh, lovely, yes. I play this at Sandringham, level 5. I tell you what you have to do. Kick 'em! Kick 'em! That's what you have to do. Oh, dear. No, you've ballsed that up. Oh, look out, it's the fuzz. Yeah. I didn't know it was an osprey. Are you a stripper gam, or... I tell you what I saw earlier. There's a woman in the kitchen who has a terrific pair of norks. Oh, look, lovely, a DVD, yes. Yes, my favourite. Normally I have to go to Holland to buy these. Well, goodbye. Do you want some? Yeah. Yes, well, goodbye. No, I don't know where you've been.
Point there for you! And the topic is school.
That last bloke was a bit weird, wasn't he? Anyway, I went back to my old school the other day, first time in 30 years. I took a note. Teacher said, "So, Jones, what have you done with your life?" I said, "Oh, I'm just Britain's top Ofsted inspector." They were a lot nicer to me after that. I was there for the funeral of my old science teacher. They asked me to say a few words, so I did. Method. We put the coffin in the crematorium. Observations. It burned with an orangey bright flame. Conclusion. No more homework.
But on Twitter, we mentioned last week, I'm on Twitter, as I think a lot of people here, I mentioned last week about the exam invigilators game that they play, where invigilators would entertain themselves by standing, you know, they go, I'll stand next to the ugliest person in the room, and then walk down and just stand and go, like that. I forgot when telling that story that we're right in the middle of state exams in both the UK and Ireland, and I see the hundreds of tweets from people going, I was in the middle of my exam today, and the bloke just stood beside me. It's really upsetting. And then hundreds of other tweets from invigilators going, oh, no, we play Pac-Man. So one of them is Pac-Man, and they'd go, and the others chase them into a trap. Frankie, can you please make your way to the performance area so we can see your dating video?
Hello. I'm looking for a woman with massive tits. So that she won't be intimidated by mine. I'm looking for a lady who can share the good times and the council tax. I've taken a lot of care with my appearance. I've taken care to appear like a cartoon dog who's accidentally swallowed a pickle. I've always wanted to have sex in a car, and I've got two. So I reckon if we park them side by side and take the doors off, I could just about manage it. So get in touch if you fancy friendship or something more, by which I mean intercourse.
Yes, that was, of course, Lonely Heart John Prescott, who performed a spectacular U-turn this week when he decided to throw his weight behind the government's education reforms after publicly criticising them. What was John Prescott up to last week in this photo?
This was when he'd just fallen through a Stargate.
How far into the 100 metres final is he there?
A yard, I think.
Essentially, yeah. Actually, about 3 yards later, this is what he looked like. To be fair to him, he pulled a muscle.
He seems to become an
exercise mistake.
He seems to have become an awful lot shorter as well.
He looks like he's offering an unusual service to one of his juniors.
Why did he do it, though? I mean, why do politicians do these stupid, humiliating things?
Because
he's supposed to be busy. I mean, we all know he's, an embarrassment, and the government, are looking for a place to bury him. But nominally, he's the Deputy Prime Minister. And he turns up at a school and joins in with a race? He's depicting himself as a moron. Now, maybe he is a moron, but there should at least be a team of people round him trying to stop him looking quite the moron he clearly is.
Clearly, there are 3 advisors there.
Going, what the hell? You joined in with the race, you wanker. They're children. You were wearing your coat. Of course you pulled a muscle, you fat git.
In other news, what is making a return to the classroom?
School children.
Yes. Oh, well, specifically school children. That would be very topical. But no, what are teachers now allowed to do that they haven't been allowed to do for a while?
Punch him in the face.
That is...
Hit him in the bollocks.
That is... The correct answer is they're not allowed to hurt the children, right? They are allowed merely, Leon has to separate them if there's a fight, for example. Or, just, you know, they're allowed physically interact with the children. Punch them in the face isn't specifically what they're allowed to do anymore.
I used to have a judo teacher. He would say he was from China.
Before you start
he would say, come here! Come here, you're a naughty boy! And he would get his hand and pull his finger back and smack you on the forehead, propelling you across the classroom. This is absolutely true. And then he'd say, now sit down, you idiot!
Your teacher was Benny Hill?
Your book, Mickey, you know what you're going to get.
The rest of the day, you would have a great big red welt on your forehead.
Why did your school have a judo teacher? Was that a part of it? Or you did maths, judo, English, Thursday afternoon double judo. What's going on?
They've introduced looting now. He was a PE teacher who was a martial artist, a phenomenal. You know, he was the man in China. I think he was top man. So,
what are you, the Karate Kid? And then he was working as a mild-mannered janitor in your school. Actually, back in China, he was a threat to the state.
I don't know why.
Technically, when you were growing up, the top man in China was Mao Zedong, I think.
I am overdoing it a bit with the accent, to be honest.
What are you using now?
He was Chinese, and, you know, I've embellished it for comic purposes. So I think a bit more of that in schools. I think I should bring back waterboarding for them.
Bring back waterboarding?
It was a tough school I went to.
The next topic is teaching. Who wants to come in on that? Greg.
I was a teacher for many, many years, ladies and gentlemen, and I knew the day I had to leave teaching, it was simple because a very clear sign was given to me that I should leave the profession by a child, because a child walked into my lesson 20 minutes late. I was a very strict teacher. I was livid, yeah? I was almost as mad as if that child had been running in the school corridor, right? I thought, I am having this little bastard. I am having this. So I gave him my most ruthless teacher stare when he walked in, something like this. Maybe not that sexually aggressive. It wasn't. That would work. That would work, though, wouldn't it? They wouldn't be late again then, would they? Oh, dear. Where have you been? No, it wasn't right. I was furious. I went, oh, really? Oh, really? And I could see that child didn't give a shit, right? And I thought, oh, no, this is the end of my teaching career. And I went, where have you been? And he went, yeah, sorry, sir. I went, really? Are you? Well, where the hell have you been for 20 minutes? And I promise you, that child looked me in the face and went, yeah, sorry, sir. I've been living La Vida Loca. What can you say to that? I said, fair enough, sit down. Anyone who quotes Ricky Martin at me, ladies and gentlemen, isn't friend for life.
Well done, Greg. Why have Michael Gove and Nick Clegg clashed recently?
They're looking to sort of bring back O and A levels because they think that sort of GCSEs have been devalued by people getting too many good grades. And I don't think that is the issue. It's just that they moved the marking centre to Liverpool, so now it's all A.
So is it weird? Because I didn't come to that system. Is it like you?
No, I think it shows. I think it shows.
Yeah, I did come to a system. Thank you very much.
What system did you come through then?
I came through the Irish education system.
The Irish education system.
Where we don't tinker quite as much as you do with the system. Don't make that joke. Don't make that joke. Anyway.
It's been the same for years, the Irish education system, hasn't it? Because you're graded from Toorai A's down to Fiddledy D's.
We're all looking for the Chris Addison, the Dublin gig on the next tour.
No, but is it going over the O-levels? Was it some special magical time, the O-levels?
The O-levels?
Yes.
It was a magical time, but it was roughly the same time as I lost my virginity, that's why.
So
that was a hell of a French oral.
Is calling for the O-levels the political equivalent of going, oh, I wish they put Top of the Pops back on? Is it like that?
Yeah,
Like just
spinsters on bikes. He basically wants the 80s back.
He wants everyone driving an Austin Allegro, because they were great, those cars.
Michael, do I get the impression you lost your virginity in an Austin Allegro? Is that the...
He lost his virginity to an Austin Allegro. That's...
My God, that exhaust pipe was hot.
I think... I lost mine to an Escort. Does that count?
The first subject is unlikely questions from this year's exams.
Discuss the metaphysical meaning of the following poem. My friend Billy has a 10-foot willy.
Would you like this exam to be A, multiple choice, or not?
The Bronte sisters. Shag, marry, push off a cliff.
Discuss the following. The Nazis got all their ideas from the History Channel.
Who's the chap in the A team who would not get on the aeroplane? Was it A, B, or B, A?
If a bank loses £60 billion in a 6-month period, using numbers that you've plucked out of thin air, work out what the chief executive's bonus will be.
Napoleon, a small man or a long way away?
Quantify n in terms of q when q is a positive integer that dissects a parabolic curve.
How's your lucky pencil case now? What's the name of that round thing that they throw in the Olympics? Discuss.
Poetry. Is it all a bit gay?
Draw a diagram of the genitalia of the male elephant. Use all 30 sheets of paper provided.
Biology. Without singing, what is the knee bone connected to?
Explain the use of juxtaposition in Macbeth. Alternatively, write down everything you know about Macbeth in a blind panic because you've got no idea what the word juxtaposition is.
Drama. Question 1. What was it that first made you want to become a waiter?
What is your PIN number?
OK, the next topic is bad things for a teacher to say.
Fight! 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 Fight!
You know the rules, Thomas. If you forget your PE kit, I take the lesson in my pants.
Are you chewing, boy? This is the worst blowjob I've had all day.
I don't know the answer, Watkins. I just do this job for the holidays.
It turns out you're not dyslexic, you're just really, really stupid.
I've been at this school for over 40 years. I buggered your fathers and I will bugger you.